Spring break shein haul.
It's a very exciting day because my
guys, I have
not about what I ordered. I'm not really still.
Hey y'all, welcome in or welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video. Welcome to Spring Break Bingo. So I think the title of this is like Spring Break Shein hauls. I didn't catfish you totally, just like a little bit. We're gonna be watching Spring Break hauls today. We're gonna do a bingo style. Most of them are Shein, some of them are not. Or I should say, like, I've gathered clips, probably like 60 to 80% are Shein. The other 20% are not Shein. So I would imagine most of them being Shein, but like we'll have to see. You never know how this goes. So spring break time is upon us. And spring break brings with it the spring break haul because the TikTok folks, they do the spring break thing. Before we get into it, I just really want to say how not normal it is to go on spring break. Like that is a privilege and part of some people's college experiences, but not the majority. So sometimes seeing these videos, if you are of that age, can make you feel a certain type of way. I think that's a helpful reminder. So if you have not seen one of my bingo videos before, this is a style of video where we generate TikTok clips of a theme and we play them on a bingo board. I'll read it to you in just a second. The point of this is to critically engage with content we may not normally engage with. We get to see patterns and behaviors, we'll get to see trends, and we get to think about them in a way that I hope is like helpful in kind of breaking these things down and not watching them as passively as you might if you would encounter some of this stuff. And listen, you might be like, oh, I don't do the spring break thing, or I'm not in college. This is not going to influence me. I don't do the spring break thing. I'm long past college. And I'm the most influenced to shop in spring because the changing of the season things. I'm sure we'll talk about it at some point in this video. When I was gathering all of these clips, I was like, oh my gosh, warm clothes, cute clothes, bright colors, pastel colors, like I was influenced by that, wanting not necessarily those specific styles, but wanting versions of that in my own life. So that's just to say that we can all be influenced by different kinds of things. This video is not about any specific creator. This is about habits and also what is normal online. And I hope we can break some of that normalcy with this series and this video. There's also a bingo playlist if you like this style of video. So to the board. This video is heavily inspired by the summer one. Every time I do one of these bingo videos, I tweak from the one before. For this one, I tweaked it from the original first board on summer. We have I'm obsessed, best haul ever as things that people say. We have a quantity flexing. I think in the last video we did in February, we did one that was like a box dump or a bag dump or like a reference to a box. That would be a quantity flexing. It doesn't have to be those in this case. Anything that I feel like is a quantity flex, great quality. Sequins bottoms. This was on the original list from last summer. I saw this over and over again. Sequins skirts and pants and dresses. 5+ bikinis in one haul, 20+ items hauled. Both of those from the original board, and 20 items haul has been around for many a bingo card. Butter yellow, big trend. Gold seashells, very thematic and also popular. It's so cute. A tap out. I didn't put a descent into giggles, but like I think I can imply that. Who knows? I had to buy it. Crochet/summer knits for beach photos. Somebody referencing this would be great for photos on the beach. I'm gonna wear this for beach photos, stuff like that. Justifying things they're not sure about. It's a dupe. A lot of people do the Shein Temu thing to buy dupes of things that they saw somewhere else. Defending Shein, beachy claw clips. A thing I saw over and over again were people buying claw clips like specifically for like themed. And I say beachy to mean kind of like spring break, summer themed, not necessarily like it has to be a seashell. What's wrong with me? Light blue. I call this light blue, but it's like periwinkle robin's egg blue. Huge trend of color trend anyway for spring summer 2026. I forgot what I ordered. Scarf slash top dress. You'll know it when you see it. They'll either have like it'll be attached to one side and then like you tie it in the back, not a tieable halter top, or it'll be like a top with a separate scarf that matches, or a dress with a matching like little scarf. Big, big trend. Polka dots, still a big trend. Referencing to spending too much money. That was in the previous one. I liked it, so I kept it. Anyways, I've been yapping for too long. Let's get into it. Let's get into our first TikTok.
We are. That's crazy.
Take that in.
We just left the beach. We are doing some vacation prep.
And the rule is that we had to match.
We're specifically at the mall to shop at Old Navy because Hannah and I both are obsessed with Old Navy. I want some cute like beachy striped sets, I think.
Yeah, I want flip-flops. That's my main thing, and then anything else that speaks.
So we're actually at a mall that
Okay, so far these two, I don't fully understand their matching rule. Like they said they had to match. I don't know if they meant in their outfits that they're wearing today or if they buy things. One of the women in this clip, she says she was going to buy like she wants flip-flops and then anything else that speaks to her. This is the criteria so far. So let's continue.
we have never shopped at before. We made it. Immediately drawn to this. I'm obsessed with this color lately. I also am really loving butter yellow. I'm actually so embarrassed that this is like the color of my face right now. Hannah getting her Pinterest moment.
They're so cute, but how do I choose?
These are so adorable. Also so fun for a little beach cover up. Somebody actually needs to stop me because I also want this one. Well, Navy is doing something right. This is literally not sponsored. We're begging for it to be sponsored.
Yeah, I wish.
It's not.
I'm trying to decide between the blue and the navy.
Well, both at that price. The service here
Both
just
at that
got brought
price.
this bag because my hands were looking full. And then they were like, no, let us just set up a fitting room for you. Hannah is devouring the flip-flop wall.
Baby yellow.
Wait, the square toe ones, that is so cute. Look at these for Isla. I think we're gonna go try on and then I'm gonna come back and kid shop. We're sharing a fitting room. This is all Hannah has and oh. Hannah's finding a new home. Look at how cute this yellow sweatsuit is. I just switched into the zip up. I think I'm gonna get this because for breastfeeding it is so nice. I love having a button down for a beach cover up, and this set, it is so cute. Hannah told me to try on these linen pants. I love them. I also love this sweater. I sized up, but the color is so cute. I also want to get this t-shirt in like every color. Hannah joined me. I feel like I look like Ella in this. I might get it. I actually really want to love this because it is such a pretty color, but why did you do this, Old Navy?
It's wrong.
Actually would be really comfy like pajamas. Hannah is looking for these in her own size.
Shade XL, I could do it.
Those would be so cute. This is precious. We just found the cutest sweatsuit. Oh,
Oh, it's so tiny.
her travel outfit. Look at all those colors. If it's for Isla and Iris, we'll get them anything. This bag weighs like 30 pounds. Successful. I actually can't even admit how much I just spent at Old Navy.
I'm so happy though. Like,
That's her baby. I just saw somebody with a prom dress and I was saying to Hannah, like, I wish we could go to prom together. And I said that our annual spring break trip is like our prom.
it is.
Like, we
I'm gonna
come
post
alive,
that.
we get our nails done.
Yeah.
That was exhausting.
It was in the best way.
We got so much there. Old Navy is cooking.
They are.
And
All
I'm
the colors are
eating
so good.
everything they're
We ate
cooking.
it up. We're full gluten free.
Oh, it just looped back to the beginning when they said, look at how tan we are. That's crazy. This is just your friendly reminder, especially if you're going on spring break, to wear your sunscreen. If you want to look tan, you can go and get your spray tan if you were so inclined. But tanning is evidence of skin damage. Like once you have a visible tan, you can do all the things in your power and still develop a tan or a burn. It happens. I'm gonna urge you to wear your sunscreen. I made a whole video on like the aestheticization of tanning. If you want to watch it, you're not under any obligation. As far as videos go, I don't hate this. I'm not trying to come for these ladies. What I think this is a great reminder of for the average person, whether you're going on spring break or not, is the idea of the closet refresh. Actually, we should go to the bingo board first. We got butter yellow. We also got that blue I was talking about. And then I don't think I would qualify the things that they got as like crochet or summer knits. They say that they spent, was it so much time or so much money? Hold on, I have to listen to this again. Okay, she said, I can't even admit how much I spent at Old Navy. I would call that spending too much money. I feel like that's probably good. So, what I was talking about is the refreshing your closet for spring. The changing of the seasons is really, especially if you live in a four season climate, it's so tempting to want to go and buy new things because you are excited for the upcoming weather, the upcoming season. That is me 100%. What I'm doing, or what you could be doing if you go out and you buy things for the refresh, is you're going to a thing because of an excitement for the season. So it's not really you need new clothes or you want new clothes. You may be in a habit of this refresh and being bored with what you have. So you buy new things to fix that boredom, or you buy new things every spring or every season as a way to refresh or a way of expressing your excitement via shopping. But what I think really happens with the changing of the season is I'm so excited. I can't wait for spring. I can't wait for the warmer weather, that anticipation. And then we express that and we go to clothing as an outlet for that. What is hitting extra hard is all of these bright colors. And I was actually at Old Navy recently. I went in there specifically to get a photo of something, and I'll throw up on the screen. I took an additional photo because I went, wow, these colors look so nice. Got so enamored by all of these colors, thinking that they're so beautiful and they're so vibrant. And in the wintertime, I'm looking at snow at my window. Everything's dead. The colors are drained. Like you can't even see the grass. Everything is either like white or brown. So it kind of, there's no color, there's no life. It's about to come to life. We're about to see all of that colors. And so a lot of us could be thirsting after that color, wanting that color, and just being so like just having that strong desire. And you see all of these bright colors, and they're this reminder of what's to come. And also because there are trending colors right now, yellow, blue, pink, green are huge colors for spring, summer, like specific shades that we like those colors as colors, but we don't like them, or we haven't thought about their association with us. Would we wear it? Would we use it? Would we like, do we like it? I think the that yellow is and that blue very nice as colors. I do not like those colors on me, like right near my face. Not a big fan. I've learned that because I've been enamored by those colors and then bought them. And so when we watch content like this, right, is it the worst overconsumption content? Nope. No, it's not. This can still rub off on us if we're watching people be excited for a new season, go into a store with essentially no budget, no criteria, try on things and buy them just for funsies and because they're excited for a season. Those things can rub off on us. We can be excited and we can feel like we have permission to go and shop and go and buy things we don't need, we don't want, and we don't like because it's a new season. If you are feeling tempted and you're feeling like, oh, I want to buy new clothes this season, I urge you, or I suggest, to put together a wish list of items, just thinking about just the practical elements of it. I'm not saying don't buy new clothes. I'm saying think about what you actually wear, what your life is like, your preferences and what you like before going and spending a few $100s at Old Navy or Shein or wherever. Anyway, let's move on.
Yes, the rumors are true. My shein package came. So get ready for the most mid haul of your life. Basically, I bought from Shein. I know they're unethical, but I will not be spending more than $30 on a bathing suit. That has never been a thing. I don't know where these brands are getting this from. Why is this much material costing me $60 for the top? Okay? That's not happening.
I have to pause it. I have to put it down on the bingo card. We have defending Shein. Look, when it comes to bathing suits, I get her point that a lot of these brands are charging 60, 70, 80, 90, $100 for bathing suits. And also, they're not making any attempts to do ethical things, whether it's the fabric or the materials, the production itself, the labor. I get her point here, but it is not Shein or nothing. Not everything that is at a higher price point or at the same price point, it's not all equal. One thing we must also remember that I've talked about, I feel like time and time again in these Shein or Temu videos, harm is not equal. One of the things that is a little bit different from, let's say, shopping at Shein versus shopping at who has a bathing suit? Abercrombie. That's like a really popular TikTok brand of the moment. The scale of potential harm is not the same at Abercrombie versus Shein. The model of Shein incentivizes the producers of these things to cut literally every corner possible to have the lowest possible price to win the bids or the spots on the website. The scale of Shein is just so big, up to, I think last time I checked, 10,000 new items a day. A day on Shein. Abercrombie could never, although they have literally weekly releases. It's not 10,000 a day or even 1,000 a day. Let's keep going. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on these kinds of things, I did talk about it in the Temu video and I talked about it in my last Shein video.
So instead I bought some here. I got this polka dot one. I'm also wearing polka dots right now. Like, if you can't tell, I love them. Kind of hopped on that.
She did talk about polka dots as a trend, and polka dots are having a moment right now. Shein, what bread and butter is ultra trendy items. They keep the trend cycle going because of their cheap price. I did talk about this in my Temu video, I think. The price of these goods being what they are encourages people to participate in the trend and then buy multiple trends. And I believe I said, imagine if each trendy item, instead of costing $5 or $10, cost $30. That wouldn't be cost prohibitive to everybody, but it would, I think, get people to think more about what they're buying before they buy it. So you're not participating in every trend because it's a trend and you want to participate. And you may be thinking more critically about, like, oh, is this trend for me? Do I like this? And with polka dots specifically, where I was kind of going with this initially, is that polka dots are a trend right now, but they are also like a timeless print that has been alive and thriving long before I was ever born, and probably your parents and my parents. But what can take this more timeless print and make it trendy is its application to like a specific silhouette, as an example. And also, if you view this thing as a trend.
Trend a little bit late, but this is the top, just like a regular triangle one. Now these are the bottoms. So I know I always say this, but like, whose crotch is that long? I made a tutorial on how I cut and sew my Shein bikinis. Like, I cut and I sew this and I cut this off because whose crotch is that long? I don't mean to offend you if your crotch is that long, but like, that's a lot for me. Anyway, I also got this cutie little pink one. I don't know if I'm actually gonna wear this because like pink is not really my color, but it's cute. I also got a...
Sorry, I'm stopping so much. This is justifying things they're not sure about. They're saying it's a cutie bikini, but they don't like it. They don't like pink. So they're not gonna wear it, but it's cute.
One piece because like I'm feeling mature. First one piece, here she is. It's actually cute, but I don't know how the crotch is gonna look. Like, that's large. Shein is doing better with the width because before it was like this much, but now like, I don't know. This is giving diaper a bit. And then I actually have no idea why I bought this because it's literally ugly. It's snake skin. I definitely won't be wearing this. I don't know who I was feeling like when I bought it, but it comes with like this little tie skirt. And then if you're a short girl and you didn't know, petite sizes exist on Shein and they're really great. Actually, all my pants in high school used to be from the petite section on Shein. Addicted sells these, but they don't sell them petite size, so I got them on Shein. They're really cute. And I got this top too, which I definitely will be wearing. It's just like a tube top, but the back is completely empty. And then I got these pants, which I actually don't like these at all. They're giving like hospital pants, but I don't know. It was very hit or miss this haul, but I don't know. Maybe I should find like other places to buy bikinis. I feel like Target is good. Like Target has a lot of like cheaper bikinis, but I'm just not paying $20 for the top and for the bottom. Like that is actually ridiculous. It's this much fabric.
Okay, so much to talk about. I don't think we have anything else. Oh, we have it's so cute. Now, I want to talk about the sewing the bikinis and then like the $20 for the top. Actually, I should write this down. Okay, I just wrote down the three things I want to talk about so I don't forget. Um, the first thing is the petite sizing. A lot of the time, when it comes to petites, as somebody who falls into that height range, what is usually the case, unless you are going to like a higher quality brand, like as an example, Petite Studios, when it comes to pants, they just hem or they just make them shorter. They're not necessarily doing like the rise of the pant. The point I'm making about this is that with these pants, you're just getting a shorter bottom, which, if you have skill, you can do it yourself. There is also like mending tape. There are certain fabrics I myself would not attempt to sew based on or hem based on the skills that I have now. Like linen is super iffy, or like really soft cotton. I don't know if I would do that, depending on it. Anyway, you can use like hemming tape if you don't have a sewing machine or you don't currently possess the skills, which would open up so many doors. That's just a note. The second thing I wanted to say, good thing I wrote it down, sewing the bikinis. This whole thing kind of gets me is she's buying things she doesn't actively like. She doesn't like the rise, she doesn't like the prints and the cuts and the colors of them. So, when you're buying things that you don't like, the lifespan and the longevity of them is going to be less than buying something that you like. Like she's able to get more quantity. So she ultimately spent, let's say it was $10 a piece, and she bought three bathing suits. That would be $60 approximately. You could buy one bathing suit for $30 a piece that you actively like, fits you great, and that you wear often. If you bought it from another source, like that, it would have to fit ultimately. Shein gets people. Why so many people like them is just that they're so cheap and we can buy so much for so little. That's why people go back and they go back and they go back. And especially if you're a student who doesn't have a lot of money, you want your dollar to go as far as possible, but you also, in many cases, want to be able to shop as much as possible. So it becomes about quantity and it becomes about the I want to be able to have variety or people feeling like wealth. And yeah, we'll say wealth and just like the good life and making it and like all of those things that are tied to excess and being able to buy in specific kinds of quantity that Shein allows people to participate in. But if you're buying things you don't actively like that don't fit you the way that you want, then it becomes like a waste of that money in a way, among other things, because you're going to declutter it. And then we're doing arts and crafts on these bikinis when we could be buying one bikini that we, and like, we're even still talking about like some of these things you still don't like, even if you were to sew them. I'm not anti sewing to make something fit, but with some of the things that she's buying, the bikini thing, we still don't like them. And it's also possible to find better fits with things that have a longevity. I think I've said that enough. The other thing to think about when it comes to like the price of the garment, the fabric itself absolutely plays a role. Yes, there's not a lot of fabric, but there is a lot of intricacy with making straps, and bikinis have a lot of straps. You have like the one here, and then you have like another, if you have the like the triangle, you also are going to have at least another one that, or if not two, here. If you have never sewed a strap, please go Google it. Like if you're curious, maybe like to see the labor involved. You typically have to sew them inside out and then you have to flip them. I don't know exactly the process of making a bikini top that is that small. And I think some people have special tools to flip these things inside out because they're so small. I've never looked at how this is made on like an industrial scale, but they are teeny tiny. They are super annoying. I've made a big strap before and it's annoying. So I think some of the costs are going to be labor, or like they're more labor intensive, even though they're not fabric intensive. And then, of course, the companies they need a specific kind of margin to be able to like sell to Shein, and then Shein's gonna have like a markup too. So with a $20 bikini, just as it is, the person is not making much. Like the person making it is not making much for the work that is involved in the process of like all of like those ties are more labor intensive than you or me can probably imagine, if we're not making them or on a regular basis. You would probably gain more skill and be able to be fast at a certain degree, but that doesn't mean that they're not labor intensive. And I think we need to remember that for these specific items. And it's not just coming down to fabric. Let's now move on.
I go on a 2-week tropical trip in just over a week and realized I had no cute little dresses or bathing suits I really liked, or even just like really had enough. I only own like 2 bathing suits that I like, so I spam ordered a ton of stuff. I did some damage. If you're trying to save money, keep on scrolling because you are going to want everything from this haul. I feel like it's just right to start with accessories, but I ordered a bunch of these flower clips. I think they're so cute. I'm obsessed with them. We're also headed to the Philippines. My husband's half Filipino and he's never been, but I thought these are so cute and also just fit the island vibe. I'm gonna start with some bathing suits. I ordered some from all over the place, from Left on Fridays to Amazon to Monday Swimwear, so like a whole bunch of different price points, but I've heard really good things about Left on Friday and I love that they're Canadian. I got this blue bathing suit set. We're gonna be doing some surfing while we're there, so I wanted something that was supportive, compressive, just like genuinely not gonna fall down, but also still cute while we're surfing. I got this little top. I already know it's going to be perfect for the IBTC, like I can just tell. Also, these super high-waisted bottoms, they look super compressed, so I'm not concerned at all that they're gonna fall down while we're surfing. And then to match, I also picked up the same material and color surf shirt because I don't want to get burned. I am pale, we are in the middle of winter, and it is going to be 30 degrees and sunny every single day. Your girl needs some sun protection. I picked up this yellow and brown polka dot set. I think it's so cute with the little frills. The matching bottoms are also tie-side with the little frills as well. This is just so cute. Next up is this brown and blue bikini set. I thought it was so cute with the double lining. The matching bottoms also have the double layering and tie bottoms. I'm living for anything that has a matching top or shorts that can also double as beachwear. So this peach and blue double tie top, so cute. Came with the matching peach bottoms. They also are this like little pointelle material. What made me so excited about this is matching bathing suit shorts. They are actually bathing suit material as well, so if I wanted to wear them in the water, I could. Now, I love a floss bikini as much as every other girl, but sometimes you want a little bit more coverage, and I also think tankinis are making a comeback, so I picked up this brown gingham one. I also love that this can double as a shirt for walking around, paired with like a cute pair of shorts or a skirt. So good. And then the matching bottoms are also so cute. They've got little ties and then these little frills. This is definitely a more basic bikini, but I think every girl needs one in their travel wardrobe, but it's just plain brown and then has some little beading on it. The matching bottoms also have the same beading, tie bottoms. These
Sorry, I need to make a note here.
do look a little cheeky, but I think it's gonna be cute. I did order more bathing suits, but let's move on to some of my cover-up pieces and dresses that I got. I got this matching knitwear set, so it's these little shorts, then long sleeve knit sweater. This little beaded tank top, I think it is so fun for a night out and also just to style in general. I feel like it gives very much shell tropical vibes. It's cute, it's basic, but I like it. I also got this baby blue mermaid style skirt. I think that the floral embroidery on it is so pretty. It's from Pepper Mayo. They have the cutest tropical dresses and pieces. I think they're so pretty. Next, I picked up this little mini dress. It's a baby yellow with this giant flower print on it. I think it's gonna be so fun because it also has like a scarf tie, so you can style it a few different ways. I was so excited for this dress when I ordered it because I thought it was so stunning. This like burnt orange and floral print, and I still think it's beautiful, but it is a little heavy. It's actually really thick and really good quality. I'm just a little worried that in the heat this is going to be too much, but it is stunning. It's a drop waist, it does have a pretty big slit, so like could be okay. Another knitwear piece I thought was so pretty, halter neck knit dress. It's got these floral appliques on it. I feel like it speaks for itself, but I just think it's really fun and pretty and also comfy. This one is the type of dress that I genuinely don't know where else you would wear this other than a tropical vacation, but it is a mesh off the shoulder fitted dress. It's got mesh through the center and then a long mesh skirt, except it's this long sleeve flowy mini dress. I've been seeing these everywhere, and so I had to get one to try myself, but I love all of the frills and ties. I think it's so pretty and girly, but it's also like lightweight enough that it can be really cute for in the day or in the evening. I am a sucker for a linen style pant. These baby yellow pants for a beach cover up. I feel like I got a few bathing suits that are also yellow or even just like a minimal print so that these can go with them. I also think that yellow is having a moment for me and it's just such a pretty and fun color. I got this green and brown mesh cover up skirt. It is like very transparent, so it really can only be worn as a beach cover up over top of a bathing suit, but again, it's that mermaid style, so kind of fitted through the hips and then flares out at the knees. Okay, so I did get a lot more things other than this, but I'm gonna finish off this haul with this blue and brown knitwear set. Striped, so cute and cozy. I came with this matching long sleeve sweater as well. I personally love the color combo. Also, how cute and oversized is this long sleeve shirt? That is everything that I got.
Okay, so we have sequin bottoms, that skirt. We have, I had to buy it. I saw it online, so I had to buy it. We have, oh shit, crochet summer knits. We had multiple sets. We had a scarf and top dress. I honestly can't believe how much we have here. We had 5+ bikinis in one haul. We had 6. We also have, I want to say best haul ever. She didn't say those words, but it was like, it was implied, like heavily implied. We also had 20+ items hauled. She mentioned that she made another haul. She did. There's like a whole part 2. And in this alone, we have like essentially an entire new wardrobe for a vacation. Having 2 bikinis is not a problem in and of itself, unless you look at those bikinis and you're like, oh, something's wrong here. As an example, you may not feel comfortable in a bikini every day. You may want more coverage or less coverage, which is fine. But just having 2 is not a problem in and of itself. She did describe wanting more like compression and like security for surfing. Great. And then wanting more coverage in another one. That's also great. But needing 6 bikinis in this one plus more is variety for variety's sake. The variety meaning 6 to 10 plus items is something that is very common online. This is just an example of like an area or a niche where we're seeing that in the bikini. I do want to say I like that she's talking about like the tankini and how that makes her more comfortable. I like that, as well as the like the t-shirt for sun protection. One thing I think you can also try out, which I'm doing this year because I have said last year, oh, I got really burned last year even though I was wearing sunscreen, and I said, oh, I want to get a long sleeve shirt. I have, can I open this drawer? No, I can't. I have a long sleeve workout top, and bathing suit tops and workout tops are sometimes, not always, made out of like nylon and spandex, which are like water repellent. So that shirt that I have feels quite similar, although not totally, to like a bathing suit nylon type of thing. So I'm gonna try it out and see how I get on in the lake this summer. So that it is possible to potentially use what you have in those kinds of situations, especially if it's a one-off. If you think you're going to use it all the time, then that's totally cool. She also shows a number of things that I would be wary about purchasing for longevity sake. The bikini she has with the beads can be uncomfortable, like the bead pressing into your skin. I've had that before, especially ones along the tie or along the top where you tie them. With the sequin top, those sequins are fairly delicate and are going to require like either hand washing or washing inside of a garment bag, which may not be a problem for some people, but worth knowing if you're going to buy it, if you're interested in buying those types of items. Those large sequin tops are very popular in these vacation hauls. I think it's conceivable that if you're also going on a vacation or you're doing like kind of summer shopping or you're watching these TikToks, that you may be influenced or you may think that they're also cute and you may want them for yourself. Just consider the kind of person you are and the amount of effort you have or the time you have or are willing to put into washing. The beaded skirt is another thing that is going to be a delicate wash. When people are excitedly talking about the new thing that they bought for their vacation, they're so excited about the vacation and fantasizing about wearing these clothes and having these cute photos that they're excited about the new things they bought too. So we're watching people talk about things that they bought in an excitable state for something they're actively anticipating. They're talking about things excitedly, and they're not like talking about all the reasons why they bought this or why they bought that. And then we consume this content and then we get excited and we like this thing. And so we want to purchase it because we like it as well. And that's why I brought up some of these washing instructions or these washing factors, because we may not be thinking about that when we are excited and we're watching this kind of content. You may have no problem washing multiple delicate items. I'm not one of those people. So I see those things all the time and I'm like, oof. Also, I was just looking at the note that I made. I wrote about the summer knits. Summer knits are impractical for a lot of people unless you go by the beach, you live by the beach, you go there often, because a lot of these summer knits, they have a looser weave. And so you may not feel comfortable wearing nothing under it, or they're meant to go over a bathing suit. And then she also says, where else would I wear this except in a tropical vacation? This is kind of my point. What happens after your vacation? Where are you going to wear this? This, I think, is going to go and declutter. And people are out here literally buying all new wardrobes for their vacation. And this really makes me pause, because what happens after? What happens to all of those bikini cover-ups and loose knit, like loose weave pants? Or even those like bedazzled beaded stuff. If you go out normally in your regular life, then that's fine. But a vacation, like a tropical vacation, is not normal life for a lot of people, not everybody. If you live in a warm climate, then you might be able to wear this stuff all year round. But if what you're doing is entering into a week of living that is outside of your normal, what happens with all those clothes once you go back into your normal? And people romanticize the heck out of their holidays, which is why they enjoy buying new clothes and they want to buy new clothes. And a lot of this also comes down to photos and people wanting to photograph things and looking great in their photos. And also a lot of people have this association of go to a trip, I must buy the new things for that trip. One helpful reminder that I think is helpful if you are somebody who is able to travel, especially if you're going somewhere that is not your climate normally, like in this case, we have like a summer climate. Where are you able to get through the last summer using what you have? If the answer is yes, then you'll probably be able to survive a week. Unless there's like a specific niche or thing that you're doing that you would need a specialty item for. And a lot of the time, like beach cover-ups, you can wear your own shorts or your own skirts, or if you have, like I have button-up tops that I typically wear regularly, bring one of those for the beach, or it can double as on the beach or off the beach. You don't necessarily need to buy a new cover up because you're going on vacation, especially if you have all of these things. But if you are so excited and you're dreaming and you're fantasizing about where you're going, one of the ways we get to build out that fantasy and build out that anticipation and that longevity is by shopping for this stuff. We're going to move on. We are almost at a bingo. We have a few options that are pretty close, I think. Let's watch our next video. Okay, sorry, I just took a second there. I got a clip and I'm not actually sure about the age of this person, if they're in high school or university. I'm not going to show it at all because if I'm not sure of somebody's age, I verge on the side of caution. So I'm just going to generate a new clip. Give me a second.
It's a very exciting day because my Shein cart came in. I kind of forgot what I ordered, even though it really didn't take that long to come in. So we're going to open it together. Fortunately, didn't get a box. Actually, I did really good this year about I say I only got what I need, but I actually got like mostly bathing suits. I didn't need any more bathing suits, but okay, let's start with this first one.
Okay, so I'm just going to pause here. We have, I forgot what I ordered. This is a classic Shein one because people either order so much or it takes a long time that they forget. And I honestly feel like a lot of the times it's mentioned in order to be a quantity flex. Like, I got so much stuff that I didn't need. I forgot about it. Let's keep going.
Literally getting a Shein cart is like the best thing ever. I actually love it. But then it's so disappointing when you try it on and it's like, oh, this is a piece of plastic. Oh, guys, this actually looks like it's going to fit really good. I hope. And then sometimes it's like so big or so small. It's like, what? But it's like this cute little set. Okay, this is going to take way too long if I don't move quicker. Cute little set. Hopefully it fits. We'll do a try on later. I'm going to try to go speedy. But actually, I don't really remember. Oh my god, I'm actually so excited for this bathing suit. Oh, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is an extra small? What? Where's the extra small at? I guess maybe, but the color's so cute. And then it's these kind of bottoms, which low-key, I don't know if I'm going to love, but now we're going to do this. Whatever this is. We were going to Cancun, but obviously with everything going on, we're not going to Cancun anymore, but now we're going to... Okay, I'm not sure about this. I think if once I try them on, they might be cute. I'm always unsure with Shein stuff. Like, what is this? I'm hoping this is cute. Okay, let's look at the bottoms. Sorry, is this gonna go up to my belly button? But I think it's reversible, which is actually really cute.
Okay, the shape of the bottom looks like a straight line almost up. It is an awkward shape.
Okay, cute. Cute. Bro, why is there holes in it? Then it's not reversible. I did not remember that I got this bathing suit, but I'm actually so glad that I did because I think this will look really good. I really like black when I'm tan. So this will be cute. It's just, I'm trying to do this quick and it's not. Oh, and I like how this one like will fit. I can always feel it. You know how like triangle bathing suits aren't all the same. I'm sorry, but they're not. They don't all fit the same. This will be really cute. This one I'm like a little bit like, it's a flower right on the like flower part of you. So I don't really know. I'm obsessed with polka dots right now. So this will be really cute too. You guys, this is not a freaking extra small. I'm sorry, but these triangles are like, what are we talking about? That's giant, but okay. Cute. Bottom check. These bottoms have actually not been, like, they've been surprisingly pretty good for Shein. Because Shein, like, it always looks like full coverage on the picture, and then you get it, and it's, like, just a string. So, this is the same set as the first one, just in red, because I actually am obsessed with red, so I'm really excited for that. My floor is going to be a disaster after this. This bathing suit, literally everyone got it a while ago. Shout out Reese, she wore it, and it looks so cute on her, because she gets so tan. And so, I love that. Guys, are we kidding? I got 2 of these. I literally don't think I pressed 2. I got this cute little bracelet that will be really nice. I did not get this. Maybe I did, but I don't remember. And then I got these cute little rings, which will be really nice. Next, orange. I'm actually obsessed with. Okay, maybe I'm saying I'm obsessed with everything, but I kind of am. I literally love orange when I'm tan too. I'm so excited for this. People are gonna think I'm really dramatic. I am, but this actually feels like really good quality. So this like I'm not sure how I'm gonna put this on. This goes like behind me or something. It goes behind me and then it comes through the front.
Okay, I cannot watch any more of this. I don't need to watch more bathing suits. I'm just a little like this was essentially an entire bathing suit haul. And I think there's a really interesting dynamic that we see play out here. She talks at the beginning about how she loves to order from Shein and it feels so good to get the package. This is behavior that is indicative of like shopping as a hobby and just I think is really just like a reminder to me of how much pleasure can drive shopping and how that can keep people coming back for more and to keep shopping at places that they don't like because it feels so good to shop and because you can get so much and you can get all of these things and get all of this variety and then you get to track it, which is exciting, and it comes to your door, which that might be like the ultimate high of like the unboxing. And then you have that like, oh my God, this stuff isn't what I thought. It's not the shapes that I thought or the colors. Like she actively expresses some confusion and frustration about like the sizing and the fit of things. And she's talked about like, oh, it can be hit and miss. Like Shein can be hit and miss. And so we are continuing to order from a place that like continues to be a hit and miss. You know what I'm saying? You're not having a great experience, but you're going to keep ordering anyway because you're in that pleasure loop and you enjoy shopping, you enjoy the experience of shopping and ordering so much you keep coming back. And then Shein as well, as we've kind of talked about this theme throughout the video of the bikini. Like I only have so much bandwidth that I can watch people buy 20 bikinis. Like I can't keep watching that. And I think that just is reinforced to me with the spring break haul, how normal it is for people online to have variety mean 10 plus items, to feel like they need 10 bikinis to go on a vacation, and then to also do this multiple years in a row and to basically buy a new spring wardrobe, not even a spring wardrobe, because this is spring break haul. Some people are doing the spring break haul and then the spring haul. In a few weeks, we're going to be looking at spring hauls. We're going to be looking at what the men are buying. It's going to be a video coming up. And we're getting the spring break hauls and then we're getting the spring hauls. And we're getting both this time of year. And we're seeing people buy 30 new items for their spring break. And also some of these items being 10 new bikinis. And then last year, they also got 10 new bikinis. And then they're going to declutter some of the ones that they got from last year because their bikini drawer is full. And people are going to have now a bikini drawer or like a bikini storage place because they have so many bikinis that they're going to declutter because they're over the ones from last year. They bought the super trendy ones from last year, then they buy a new set because they're on a new vacation, or they tell themselves they're going to also wear them for summer. They wear them for the season and they have the habit of rebuying every year, new spring break stuff, new summer stuff, and we just kind of keep going. And bikinis on a place like Shein can cost so little that people feel okay buying 10 of them, which is also what part of like the pleasure of the shopping is being able to buy a lot of a quantity of a thing that we enjoy. This is the second year in a row I've covered spring break hauls, and this has really shown me two major things: how much people buy for vacation, that being like a normal thing to do online, and then as viewers we can compare ourselves to other people, how much clothes we have, being able to go on spring break, all of that, and then also replicating it and the pleasure people get from buying their wardrobes, and also variety, meaning 30 new things for your vacation. So we've hit a bingo, we've hit multiple bingos, and to just kind of like make a bit of a point here, I'm going to show you this video. So this particular creator, we're seeing a lot of things that we've seen throughout this video so far. Pay attention to the colors because thematically we're seeing a lot of the same colors: the blue, the pink, the green, the yellow. Oh, she had some of those beachy accents. So this is one of her recent hauls. Just one. She has done multiple hauls over the past few weeks preparing for spring break. Here's another one. Mini spring break haul. As you can see, it's a whole new set of stuff. Here's another one. Mini spring summer haul. So we have 3 like full hauls, and this is not all of it. There's more. I thought we would get one of these videos from this creator. We didn't. We're talking about it because it's my video and we've already had a bingo. And this is a creator who did the exact same thing last year. She hauled an entire new wardrobe last year for spring and spring break, and then we were doing it again in this video. This is not a large creator. They have under 100,000 viewers on TikTok. And I'm not saying it's okay for large creators to do this, but I think we most associate it with people who have hundreds of thousands of followers, if not millions of followers. These habits are emulated everywhere, and people are really out here buying new wardrobes multiple times a year, filming videos doing it, and then also breaking it up into smaller hauls and try on videos. She has unboxing videos of her buying her recent orders. She is inside the dressing room at Target and this place and that place. We are constantly, like, if you are in these realms, or even if you're trying to do like a capsule wardrobe thing and you're trying to avoid new content, it's so normal on TikTok for people to buy all of these new wardrobes, and then we get served that content. And it's not just like, I'm not saying this to be like, oh, this creator is bad and they buy too much. My main concern is the impact on the viewer and how all of these habits and videos that people make for the content so they can have content out there influences us and normalizes this kind of thing. This is a good life. This is happiness. This is fun. This is exciting. This is a hobby. And then we watch that over and over and over and over and over again in different niches or at different times of the year. And people are repeat this cycle, and then people being excited about their pumpkin slippers and their Uggs they get to buy for fall, and then their Christmas pajamas and the sweaters for winter, and then now it's, oh, winter is over, I'm so excited, bright color this, bright color that. There's always like a reason to shop and always putting new things in front of us. And yes, we may be able to identify that pattern, but when we are continuously excited and we are exposed to so much consumption, little tweaks can make it feel special and make it feel different. I'm going to end it there. That's everything for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again around here soon for a new one. Bye.